Welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna get right into this. We have 40 boxes of heavy hitters. I want to get through it quick. The shop needs a whole bunch of balance adjusters, so that is what I'm looking for. Balances of justices. Balance of justices. I don't know which is the correct way to say it. It's an M. Hope everyone's doing well. Noticing it's a little dark in here. I'll see if let me know if I need to change the lighting up at all. Actually, let me switch. Put the chat on the wrong screen. There we go. I can see you guys. Fu and Harrow, how you doing? What is the last? I'm trying to remember. Each set is so different. Okay, I think I got too used to opening Crew and WTR the other day that I left some rares. Okay. we'll get in the swing of things. I'm just waking up, you know. Assuming everyone's seen the Rosetta set announcement. I don't know whether to be excited or not for the potential of a Runeblade meta to come, but we'll see. See if it's a good or bad thing. The art. I love how every set has its own like flair and flavor. This set just, you can already tell the art style is going to be different again, something we haven't seen yet. Double Majestic. So, I'm excited. It also confirmed that the Tampa Bay Calling must be a world premiere. 6 to 8 of September. Which also means the Sydney Calling will be, I think, maybe actually, it's good maybe to look into this. It might be the first big event where that set is legal. If someone has time to check, when's the release date for the new set on the... It could be very interesting. Might mean, yeah, Sydney Calling is... Dropped some cards. Yeah, Sydney Calling might be one of, if not the first major event with the new set. A Cast Bones. We've got a whole bunch of stock to get through still. We're very early in this 500 box journey. I think what I might open next is maybe Dust Till Dawn. Ah, you do? I have the signature too, you just can't see it at the bottom right. MJ. Was this Worlds? I think it was Worlds. Just realized maybe my camera's a little... which way does this need to go? Be fixed. That'll do. Yeah, Elemental Wizard I think has been a long time coming. Okay, that's not true. We had Icelander, but people have always wanted Earth or Lightning Wizard. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But I think this might be the full Arcane set we've been promised. Ah, that's what you meant, backyard. I see. Yeah, it's a cool playmat. Hopefully they keep adding to it as the team grows. Maybe Japan will have a different version of this. Ancestral Harmony. Ooh, double majestic again. we did buy a lot of stock that wasn't Aria, but we debated buying Aria, and we're like, eventually they got to come back, right? They got to do. We also guessed that we'll probably see like an Earth set or a Lightning set, maybe not a triple element set. Which it seems like this set might be Earth, Lightning, no ice. So what we were planning to do was open all the Aria and then sort it into elements and then put up the stock as the sets came out. Because we didn't want to list it all at like 2 cents a card or whatever it's worth right now. And but yeah, the timing is great. But as with everything, everyone's going to speculate for a while, but usually it's hard to get the speculations correct till you see the whole set. So till we see the whole set, we're pretty. Let me fix this. Yeah, till we see the whole set, it doesn't really matter. I mean, people are buying out channel mount heroics and stuff, but you don't actually know if it'll see play. Also, we already have a whole bunch of those singles on our website, so it's not I think maybe I'll wait a week or 2 weeks before opening any Aria first, but we also have a bunch of Aria Unlim. I think it's all going to be handy to have. Majestic. Another cast bones. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely... So it seems like LSS are on a bit of a roll. Wait, is that the same exact... No, it's not. But we've had 2 of them. Yeah, I like the... You know, they went back to Light Shadow, and now they're back to Elemental. And, I mean, it seems like maybe Ice is missing from this set, so I expect to see... I'm trying to figure out why my camera is weird today. It's like this is usually the middle. It's the middle for me. It's not the middle for you guys. I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, let me fix the camera. I think it's like very wonky. Which I didn't realize. Maybe it's just dropped. Maybe that's all it is. It's gravity. That might be better. Better? Yes. Yeah. What was I saying? I'll put rares in the common pile. Yeah, they did Light Shadow. I'm sure we'll see the new iteration of Ice. So it looks like I think people are slowly going to learn. Maybe don't sell all your cards when Heroes LL is the point I was trying to make. They might have a temporary drop and then, you know, but if you had a fully blinged out Prism and you sold all those cards, you probably regret that because the value of them is going back up. I think this is the worst legendary of the set, but first legendary of the stream, we'll take it. Obviously, we want Hero Marvels, but I will trade them all for just more Balance of Justice. It's the main helmet these days, and we can never seem to have enough of them on the shop. Also, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. We are creeping up to 5,000, and there'll be a whole alpha box giveaway to one lucky subscriber. Wouldn't you just want a Shadow Wizard? Canis. Shadow Wizard would be... I mean, yeah, that could be cool if they did a Shadow Wizard or... I mean, the thing is, Wizard... I guess Wizard can be a female. How does that work, anyway? Can Wizard be a female? Is it always Wizard and Witch? Or are they two different things? Because... maybe... I'm trying to think, have we had... Yeah, Icelander was a Wizard hero, so they're sticking with the word Wizard, but... would you have called Icelander a Witch? Backyard Gnome hero cards are probably different. I think hero cards are now slowly not going to be the cool thing to collect because hero LLs, and then that particular hero is only valid in like a Fringe format. Hey Frank, I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Thanks for sending them. I'm gonna also tweak the lighting since we're at the start of the stream. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can do this without breaking everything. Should be better. More glare than I'm used to today, but oh well. I mean, they just did make LL format more of a thing because it's an official skirmish format. I hate it. I won't be playing it, but they did do it, and hopefully a whole bunch of people that had mini decks. I feel like it rewards meta chasing a bit too much for my liking. Having a format that is all the good heroes from previous metas. But I can see why they did it, and yeah. If you want to dust off your chain, Starvo, Icelander, etc., you can do it officially in skirmishes now. Not something I would not have been on my bingo chart whatsoever. Would never have guessed they would use LL format for skirmish. I was hoping, not thought, that they would push Blitz, put some slightly better prizing in skirmish. Like the new Blaze promo is a great announcement. That is what it is. I'm also very aware that my opinion is not always popular, let alone majority, so hopefully people love playing LL in skirmish, but it does feel like they're nail in the coffin for Blitz kind of thing, which I'm hoping is not the case. I was hoping Blitz would be a little bit more supported and competitive. There we go. Yeah, Tommy, that was pre any balancing, so I think that trying to remember the actual bans, but there were a bunch of bans and restrictions for the Starvo deck right after that. Yeah. But I think they did originally say, like, when they had 3 heroes in LL, they would start the format. There's how many now? There's more than that. But also, time will tell, right? Skirmish season's around the corner. We'll see what heroes actually are good. Remember, in LL format, you can play any hero, so don't be surprised to see. Don't be surprised to see Zens. Remember, there's cards in the LL format that are not banned that are completely busted. Like Stubby Hammerers, for instance, on Zen will probably be it'll be something to watch anyway. I don't know if it's actually going to break that hero, but Frank, I know what you're saying, but I don't know. Maybe the correct way to do Blitz is to do pre-con Blitz only. I don't know. I know what I want to play, and it would be Blitz the way it is. I know it's fast. It's a nice hit. It was Grindstone, Coldfall. I know it's fast, but it's still a fun format. It's more, Frank, like, I hate playing armories that go for like 6 hours. It's a lot. I never game for that length of time unless it's like a brand new PC game that I've been looking forward to. But even then, it's just a lot of time. 4 or 5 rounds of CC does not make a fun armory for me. I prefer the 90-minute to a 2-hour armory. And that's why I like Blitz. Power levels aside, it was just a good time with friends. A couple of hours, you get home. You haven't used your entire evening. Play Elden Ring. Yeah, I never got into the game. The combat's not my thing. Maybe I will have a look. I do own it. All right, this is box 3. This is box 3, I believe. Yeah, but Frank, CC is like that right now. I don't. CC is exactly, everything's unfair. Enigma has massive high roll potential. Prism can do an infinite loop and lock you out of the game. I mean, KO, Zen, even Katsu. Some of this, like I got beat by Katsu at the recent RTN. I probably should have top 8'd that, but the Katsu off 2 cards did 20-something damage, you know? Yeah, the game has been like that for a while. It's still plenty of unfair combos. I mean, Kano's not fair whatsoever to play into. I know you can win, but it's, you know, it's part of the game. You might as well learn it in a quicker format. I've yet to meet like a brand new player that quit because Blitz was unfair. I mean, I've seen it. To be fair though, Reinar and Blitz is not fair at all. Like, but yeah, I don't know what the fix is, guys. I mean the fix is obvious. You balance Blitz out differently, right? Or you just maybe blanket rules. You can only have 1 of each Majestic in your deck instead of 2, for instance. That might be a quick fix. Lean into some of the Clash rules. Like they can tomorrow announce a brand new Blitz format. They can do that. And more double Majestic packs. So I don't know what the fix is. I just feel like I'm saying a quicker game. Let's ask this, and some of you play. Salmonite Strike is not a new format. Strike is a new product. I believe it's a new hero deck, like a hero that isn't out yet. I hear you, Frank. They're definitely designed for CC. My question would be, compared to other card games, is Fab slow or fast? So obviously some card games are best of 3. So is Fab slower or faster than those card games? Like a 55-minute round, is that normal? I think I just saw Marvel. Yeah, we did. Adult Betsy. Man, it never gets old to hit Marvels in Flesh and Blood. Like the time it takes to finish a game. And in competitive games, how many other games than Fab have this going to time problem with slow decks into each other? Because that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the experience. I'm talking about how long each round is. It's one reason I don't like Telesha is it takes so fucking long to play a game on Telesha. Tabletop Simulator was quicker if you were playing with someone that knew what they were doing. Yeah, so that's where I'm. That's why I like Blitz. Is we're gonna keep these because they're hard to find. I don't think webcam's superior because webcam requires you to still physically create a deck and sleeve it and pick out cards. For testing, I think surely TTS in importing decks is better. Because you can just quickly switch 10 cards out and do that in seconds instead of however long it'll take with paper. I don't know. Frank, I think the way Fab feels to me as a player that's never played another TCG is it has the illusion of agency. I know there's some things you have agency of, but there's always been matches and circumstances where it really didn't matter what you did. The first couple of turns dictated how the game was going to go. There might be tempo swings here and there, but the first person to have, you know, a couple of turns that are above rate, above the average value, seems to take the game. But again, I think these are things that they maybe overcorrected for. Like, you know, we had Tales of Aria originally, Monarch and Tales, but specifically Tales come out and maybe be overpowered, and they corrected for that. And I think we're seeing them come back into higher power level. But again, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I think they should. I just was commenting on missing Blitz and wishing it was not completely... Well, I think there's still Blitz skirmishes this season, but I hope they don't do away with Blitz. And I hope they put a lot more effort and resources into making that like a flagship product and format. Which, by the way, I think they won't. Yeah, I hear you, Tommy. Highlander Blitz. Again, I just... Oh, man. Clumping is what I'm going to blame that on. But we'll see at the end of the stream if there's any clumping. Yeah, I just want it to be an official format. I understand Clash might be the best format for that, or maybe Commoner's the best format. to play at a more casual level, but I think here's like what I dislike is that they went out of their way to introduce sideboards for Blitz for the last skirmish season, and then have already given up on the idea of any further like big changes for Blitz, because I feel like they could have easily continued with that thought process and maybe created a bigger ban and restricted list for Blitz. I think Blitz, the reason I like Blitz as is it gives you a taste of the hero you're going to play if you go into CC, if you play the game at a more serious level. Which has its benefits. You still get to do the thing. You can still potentially have a double blood rush turn and completely blow someone out. And you can just build your Blitz deck into a CC deck. You're pretty much adding or having a budget for an extra copy of most of your strong cards. That's what I'm saying, Tommy. I just wish they stuck with just balance stuff in Blitz more. Rather than just add another competing format to the mix. Again, that could be like for pure business reasons. Like obviously having a official format like LL means secondary market benefits. It means box pricing benefits, like old sets will retain value more. That all makes sense to do. But we'll see. Again, they haven't like said they're not supporting Blitz anymore or anything like that. I would hazard a guess they don't have the resources to I don't think they have the resources to balance Blitz. That's what I think it is. I don't think they have a big enough team to do that properly, while also creating and balancing draft formats and a CC meta that obviously every set that comes out makes CC, it makes it infinitely more complex. Like every set they build gets more complex because you have to balance everything around everything that already exists, which is a massive undertaking. So and James is very big on, he mentioned this in the last time I talked to him, he's very big on focusing, doing the one thing that they're supposed to do, which is creating products that are draftable. That's what they do create at the end of the day. They don't make expansion sets anymore. Every set is draftable. It's 3 sets a year, and that's the focus. They got to make a product that's draftable and doesn't completely break. Hey Mango Jack, I am streaming Nats. Also streaming the Battle Hardened, I believe, in Melbourne. Yeah, Tommy. So that's where I think they put their resources and focus, and that's fine. Like, you can't do everything. Maybe in time they'll. I mean, hell, we're also asking them for PVE and more casual support. So I should be vending the calling. We're planning to. I mean, there's not that many singles vendors in Australia that have enough to bring to a big event, so if we get invited, we'll do it. %, Tommy. Slow is better than crappy products. just Blitz already exists. It's existed for, well, pretty much since day one. I just wish they tweaked instead of what seems like leave it. Woke up to a massive amount of orders of really weird cards and then checked socials. I'm like, oh, I see why people are ordering Channel Mount Heroics all of a sudden. New set does look very cool. We have a cold foil. Ugh. Cold foil UPF common. Yeah, Shock Charmers will be big because they have AB2, right? That's to be expected. Poison the Well stonks. Why? Is there a hero that heals? Ah, yes, I saw that card that heal. I don't think you'll... Spellvoid too. I don't think you'll... No one plays Poison. I don't think Poison the Well will ever be good. It's... I mean, we've had a meta where like every deck ran Sigil of Solace and no one ran Poison the Well because it's too hard to get it when they have it, you know? Well, that card heals 4, I think, Arcos, because it's like X plus 1. So if you pitch a blue into it, you heal 4 and... was it Create Rune Chance? I think it was. Still, yeah. I don't think Poison the Well will ever see a lot of play. It's like Snag. Getting stuck with it at the wrong time is terrible. Whoops. Hey, that's a nice hit. For the current meta. Foil Dissolve Reality. Most Enigma decks are running that. Ah, did they? Oh, one of the cards is 3. Is that... Gain 1 game? I haven't seen that card. But fair enough. Anyway, people speculate. It's never really paid off in Fab. I remember, what was the big speculation? I think Heart of Ice had a buyout once. I think when Icelander started. I don't remember the exact timing. But again, it never panned out. Never really saw a lot of play. Especially because gotta be careful speccing into any card that's like not generic and doesn't see play in every deck. So it doesn't really matter if one hero play one card, and ooh, that's a nice hit too. Foil Ripple Away. Because what you get stuck with is a hero that either doesn't perform or a card that only helps against one hero, and those never actually hold that much value long term. Yeah, Amp 3 is... I saw that was... That's kinda nutty, right? Wizard Channel Mount. I don't think LSS thought the AB Evos would help. No. They're not going to do much for Teklo. But I don't know. Maybe there's a game plan for Teklo that we just haven't seen yet. Ooh. Didn't see that. Cold Fall's not a good one, but another Ripple Away. Ripple Aways are expensive now, aren't they? I think Enigma plays them. Plus, they're just good into KO in general as a sideboard, right? It's a blue block 3 that can turn off their bigger turns. New rune chants look good, although temper your expectations on cold falls of them. I think LSS aren't doing too much cold fall reprinting like that. They might, but like even embodiments and stuff and the new spectral shields, haven't seen cold falls of the new spectrals as an example. They'd look amazing, obviously, but I hope not, is what I'm saying. Because what that does is it just completely projects that prize wall reprints are going to kill your current prize wall stuff. Like the purple rune chants will just die in value for a while. So you know, I don't think a Ripple Away works on create a token this turn. Well, Arcos, that's I was asking before if someone can have a look. When's the actual release date for the set? Because if that's the release weekend for the set, then no. But at least you might be able to buy boxes and stuff. 20th, so 21st. So what's 21st? That's the release date. And when's the calling? Is it the same day? Because if it's the same day, I imagine no, it's not legal to play. But the calling format might end up being sealed or. Okay, yep. So if that's the release, I'm assuming, which is great news, it might be a limited calling, right? Maybe even like something like Team Sealed would be freaking amazing. So. I imagine you're going to be playing the new set, but not in CC. That's me not knowing if they've already announced the format for that calling. But even if they have, it's not too late to change. But that could be very cool, a fun experience for us. The last one was normal formats. I'm just saying. If you ask people, they're more likely to want to play the new set than CC, I imagine. No, last time it wasn't Team Blitz, was it? Wasn't it a calling in Melbourne? Or am I getting that wrong and that was just Nats? Sydney calling. Yep. Well, that was a pre-release though, remember? Reckless charge. Wait, so does Ripple Away work on rune chants that are created by card effects? That could be interesting against Vincent. That was Friday Uprising sealed. No, wasn't that a team calling for Uprising, just Blitz? Yeah. I don't know what they'll do for this one, because it's not a world premiere, it's like the release weekend, so... But I have a feeling they would tie it into the new set. It makes a lot of sense to do that. Can you stop the Florian spec? I'll tell you what I would spec on right now. Fog Down. Fog Down stops all Runeblade shenanigans. So does Warmongers. Pick those cards up. Warmongers is already expensive. Fog Down, probably not. But if you're worried... Especially if you play a blue heavy deck, like Enigma. Fog Down. I was already thinking of putting it in the deck, and yeah, if there's Runeblades around. Commanding Performance Foil. I think maybe we'll get some mini tokens for this set, since there's going to be so many tokens and auras. Some more perforated. We do not need a CNC reprint. Just play anything other than CNC that costs 2 for 6 and has an on-hit. I know CNC is good and all, but... Well, MST didn't have too many tokens, but I mean, we're talking embodiments and rune chants for this set. Oof, maybe. Wonder why it just didn't need it. I think heavy hitters just had more. Like every deck sort of needed at least 3 tokens plus hero and weapons. Tiny spectrals, I don't know. think you can do your spectrals pretty tidily. I know what you're saying though. It can be a lot, but how are the pulls in part 1? Pretty good. I mean, the easy way to tell is just skip through the video. We did very well, I think. So far, this hasn't been great, but we have a bunch still to open. Well, we hit a Rainbow Fall Shard from the crew boxes. We hit 2 scab skins and what other legendary? Tectonic plating? I mean, but yeah, a lot of majestics. The Shard was the big one. Alright, see, like, this is why sometimes I just hate my job. 3 Rainbow Four Ages. Why? Why is that even possible to do? Are these Japanese print? Yes. Alright. Let me put these commons away. I think someone did come and stir the pot with a big cat, yes. Actually, I don't make a statement about the cosplay. I don't know why they keep rewarding the same person for the cosplay. Like, she's obviously extremely talented, but I don't think she's ever lost. And, like, the stir the pot one is amazing, you know what I mean? No, she came as Mecropotent. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, she came as Ultron. I also objectively don't think her cosplay is always the best, especially this time. Like, I didn't see it in person, but the lights and the mecha stuff, like, she's won on that a few times now, so I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I just feel like they should maybe think of... now, also, I do know that it's not only first place that gets a prize. So there's that to consider. Like, it's not that no one else is winning anything, but... because you got to take into account, like, not everyone has a massive budget to make costumes. I think, like, she has, you know, the resources to do what she's doing. Latest haul meaning which set? Beobot. But yeah, I don't, nothing against her. I've met her, she's great. I just feel like they should, yeah, either get her to judge, or I think, like, if she's so good, just pay her officially to cosplay for your events rather than get her to enter. I mean, funnily enough, LSS has done that a lot with the top players in New Zealand. They recruited most of them because they're talented, you know? So they just get them to come in and develop the game. Get her in as a contractor for... you know, maybe she can help with art direction and stuff. I don't know. I think Rachel's actually like a VP at a bank or something insane. So she's probably not going to want a job with LSS. It's just Actually, on that note, who's cosplaying for Sydney Calling? I think people should start getting their ideas ready for that. WTR Unlim, I just put it up, BOBot, so you can go now and check. And TOA is going to be, I think at this rate after Nats. It really depends how much time I get between now and then, but I don't have the stock in my room because we didn't know when we would open it. Now we're probably going to open it sooner than later, but it means I have to go get it. But yeah. Toa, also Toa, we have a bunch of stuff already. To be fair, we actually wanted the Everfest from that purchase. So yeah, it worked out well, but it would have worked out well even if there was no new elemental set. That's just the bonus for now, but again, we're not short on Aria stock. I've been buying Tales of Aria Majestics all the time, so we have a bunch. People have been selling those to us for the longest time. Too bad it's not ice, because that's where the value used to be. So like Altar, Channel Lake, Hypothermia, that kind of thing. But I'm sure it'll all come back around and we'll whinge about it when it does. Shock Charmers, again, were never a good legendary, so they may still not be good. Spellvoid 2 is okay, but it's, yeah, we'll see if it's even played. Yeah, Altar Channels used to be pretty much the best hit in the set, aside from Crown, I think. But also, maybe Caution will see play. Could be interesting to see. What's being reprinted in Japanese? They are? Says who? Do we know that? Like, I haven't read the announcements, so I'm not being a smartass, I just don't know. I mean, yeah, Skullcap might be a good purchase too. If these heroes will have... Ah, there you go, okay. Perfect. That's weird, because it's kind of confirming that maybe Shock Charmers needs to be played. So we'll see. I guess I better open our 150 odd boxes of Tails, huh? Yeah. But I mean, they printed Mask and Momentum, right? Think about that reprint. It's not really played right now. I don't even think Katsu plays it. Which is weird. I think Mask is like very good, but I guess they want the consistency of the baby Mask. So yeah. I mean, Skullcap reprint is also another thing, right? It's like literally couldn't find a deck list with that card in it, but yeah, Tommy, I think the same, but I'm also not, don't know if I'm right, but surely Mask of Momentum on decks that do that many chain links should have more value over the course of a game. I guess fetching a specific card is probably always better than drawing a random, but I don't know how the maths works out. But having a constant on-hit used to just be the worst thing about playing into Ninja in general. And also, as a Ninja, I don't think you ever draw a bad card. Like, yeah, Tommy, I don't know. Again, I'm sure people have tested this and come to the conclusion, but I wonder if that conclusion is a skill thing, and for most people, it's still better to play Mask of Momentum. You know what I mean? Because I think everyone just copies deck lists from very skilled people, but can't necessarily replicate the results those people have with the deck. Raw meat. I mean, Skullcap will be great anyway if there's a bunch of wizards with 40 health in the game. That's what I expect. The only reason no one wears Skullcap now for AB is because Kano starts at 30. If Kano started at 40, I would probably wear Skullcap. That would be my AB headpiece. And I would try and play the life game to get value out of it. Because the ability to have a full set of armor is more important to me. It sucks on Warrior to have to sacrifice like 2 or 3 armor slots. The pack's terrible so far. 3 of the same legendary and rainbow foil, but still have a lot to open, so surely it'll improve. So we're doing 40-ish boxes today. When I say ish, I think it's exactly 40. Is it quiet in here, Laura? I think people are just chilling while I ramble on. Yeah, the set, like the art direction looks sick. The forest, earth, life game thing. Very, very cool looking set. And I mean, I was just talking about this the other day. Like, what's missing in the meta is Runeblade and Wizard. They're like the underrepresented classes. And it is a lightning wizard, right? Lightning wizard, lightning runeblade, and an earth runeblade. Is that lightning and earth wizard? There you go. So is it 4 heroes? That's very, very cool. Actually, if it's an earth wizard, maybe like parapets will see play. You know, all the defensive D-reacts for wizard that they printed that no one uses. Imagine parapets seeing play. There you go, more spec. It's a nice pack. Although it is Rainbow Fall, at least it's not a Aegis again. So it's going to be what, like a go wide version of each hero and a defensive version of each hero. Could be very much us seeing a fatigue, more fatigue driven heroes, because Earth is supposed to be fatigue. It's supposed to be very efficient defending anyway, so imagine a fatigue wizard. Ah, so you're saying like something that says when you gain life, gain an extra life or something. Or amping life gain could be cool. If that's the case, do you know what the biggest spec for that would be? Heart of Findle. Thematically, Heart of Findle would suit this set very well too. Make sure you have one. You never know. No, I didn't say. No, Poison the Well we talked about before, Chris. We talked about Poison. I don't think Poison the Well is the way to go. First edition of Blitz and City have different abilities. Okay. So yeah, for limited they want it to be different. Fair enough. Is it the first? I thought they did that in Outsiders, no? In Outsiders you could play man, what was the difference in Outsiders? You had Benji and you had Solitary Confinement. No, but they were Blitz only heroes. You're saying they were the same name, right? I'm saying they were Blitz only heroes in Outsiders, yeah. Well, it's not different, it's just the name. You're saying, I understand what you guys are saying. I'm saying it's the same thing. They had a different adult young version in that, or extra young. Well, then they're not the same name. I'm assuming the adults have a longer name, right? The normal nomenclature. I keep hitting Aetherarchs and actually you guys can't see. Let me move these. I keep hitting Aetherarchs. It's got a lightning wizard on it. Surely it'll see play. Ooh. I didn't notice the Marvel from the back this time. Young KO Marvel. Not bad, not bad. Okay, gotcha, Tommy. Yeah, but is it same name? I'm still confused. It's Florian and then Florian something something for adult, correct? Which has always been the case. It's not new. Yeah, okay. I was saying, like, they haven't changed that completely, because that would be a big deal. Yeah, no, I understand, Tommy. It'll be the first time that the hero with no suffix on the name has a different ability. I understand what you're saying. Hey, send packing foil. Yeah, Oscillo looks a bit mech, right? They're a construct of some sort. This is going to be cool how they spoil this set. They've Zerat, they've said all the Marvels will be not spoiled till the world premiere, which is kind of cool. Well, Chris, I would be too if it was in my backyard, but unfortunately it's not. They showed the young Marvels, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to ripping a set with 24 Marvels in it. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. There's no way that that set won't be fun to open. Or I recognize you? No, I'm just assuming that you're excited for it, that you're close. That's all. It's just an assumption. But definitely go if you can get to, what is it, Tampa Bay? I would be going if we didn't have the calling for Sydney right after that. Guys, just a reminder, if you haven't, or you're not subscribed, we're creeping up to the 5K mark. I think we're like 150 away. No, less than that, 140 something away. So hit subscribe, go comment on the giveaway video. I keep looking at the bottom of boxes for gold packs. They've ruined box openings for me. Reckless charge again. Foil. Oh, wrong pile. Plenty of Marvel gold packs. Yeah, Tommy, I pulled one. And it was actually, it was funny. It was a very small stream I did. So we did a big one with 200 boxes, and I did one with like, I don't know what it was, maybe 5 cases, so 20 boxes, and I had one pack from those, and that pack had the Marvel. So very lucky. We also got a 10 grade on it and sold it for 5.5 thousand USD. If you want a price point, I think raw they're selling for 3.5 to 4 USD. So keep that in mind. It's a lot of money for one card. We sold it immediately because it's for the shop, and that kind of money really boosts the shop. It goes towards things like this, opening or buying a whole bunch of more stock to open for the shop. So yeah, as much as I would have loved to keep it, it's not feasible. The custom chain and prism, I think, were just a little bit maybe described weirdly. I think the artist for Prism, Livia, actually showed all 10 recently on her socials. We haven't seen them all. I mean, come to think of it, we have a whole shitload of Dust Till Dawn here, so we may get lucky. We would have opened like 350 boxes or something by the time I open those. Maybe I'll do that next. It'd be fun to chase one. I think, yeah, maybe even just showing them. I think showing them would have been sick. Ooh, another marble. I've been reading chat and not looking at the bottom of these packs, which is nice because I'm getting surprised. So young KO, young Kasai now. I mean, maybe, yeah, but we open every box we have, so they're not going to be hidden for long at all. Coming. So maybe the next opening will be Dust Till Dawn. I might do that. There, I will do that. Also, the new Prism is doing well, so, you know, for the shop, Dust Till Dawn is a good product to open. We got Outsiders to open, History Pack 1, new Bolton deck. You talking about the Armory deck? Like I said, we're going to open it all. The only difference will be whether we list all the cards or not. That's the only thing we're tossing up is like the gazillion ice cards we're going to have from opening Tails. Do we just sit on them waiting? Because it is hard to profit from box openings, and that's the only way really is to try and time the market. And obviously ice is not played at the moment, so it's very much the lowest price it could be. So just sell the Earth and Lightning, sit on the ice, something like that. Maybe if this stream goes well, and I mean, I am going quick enough that it will go well, I'll do Dust Till Dawn tomorrow. So tune in for that. I mean, I think people need the Dust Till Dawn cards regardless. There's a bunch in there for Enigma. I mean, the expansion slot cards in that set are decent. It's just there's also a lot of like draft chaff or like rares that no one wants kind of thing. Commons and rares. Yeah, that's right. Vincetta's in that set, isn't she? Yeah, there's all the extended art cards in that set. Sell very well still. Sent to a PO box. Yeah, 100%. Why? Have you ever ordered from us and they didn't get to a PO box? Because that's unlikely. And no, letters always land in a PO box. I think what doesn't is anything like DHL or FedEx, etc. They won't. And there's no additional costs. Okay, but also if you order something and want it as a parcel, just select that option from the shipping options and you can get a box sent. But I have a PO box and letters always arrive fine. Yeah, no, yeah, but no. Okay, that set Monarch just has terrible foiling. We don't know why, but it does. Monarch foiling's terrible. Arcane Rising Unlim is not. If you go and look at that, obviously First Ed, WTR, and Arc also have great foiling. I think that particular card is just weird because they only selected like the tiniest. Like her helmet is foil. That's it. Nothing else. Are you sure because they were letters or because they were too big for your PO box? If you know what I'm saying. But again, my local post office wouldn't do that. That's why I'm confused. But yeah, if you want it as a parcel, just pay for a parcel. It's only $2 more or something for Australia. Are you sure PO box or parcel locker what you're using, Arcos? They're very different things. Parcel locker, correct. You need to send... And I'm assuming you know what you're talking about, but I'm just double checking. Ah, if it's a parcel locker, yes, it's a parcel locker. That's why they don't want letters sent. So your PO box is a PO box, so everything arrives, but you have to pay for a PO box. Parcel locker, you don't pay. But again, you can choose to select parcel from the shipping options. That'll fix it. So there you go. No problem. Fusion, yeah, I am. Not in one stream, but this series of streams will result in 559 boxes open, actually. We bought GamesCube out completely, yeah. I think they have a couple of boxes left, but it's just because what we agreed on and what they found was a little different, so they kept a few. We just got what we paid for. But. So I did, I can't remember the exact number, but we did one case and some loose boxes of Welcome to Wraith Unlim in part 1, and then we did 2 or 3 cases of Crew Unlim. So what's that? 12, 16, 18 boxes last stream. It was a shorter one. This stream will be 40 boxes of heavy hitters. I'm trying to do it by set so that I can also sort and pack everything. It's a real pain to like pack a set or sort through a set and then have to sort the same set because you open a few more boxes. So I'll try and do them all in big lots. Problem with waiting to buy Prism stuff is, I think Prism did, this is a good hit, Cold Foil, Hot Streak. I think Prism did okay at Nats from memory. And the risk you run is if Prism wins something, the cards will skyrocket. Even if it keeps top 8ing, the cards will skyrocket. Also, Dusk Till Dawn, compared to some other sets, fluffed a little. I don't think as much of it's been sold and opened as people expect. So I think a bunch was open chasing serialized cards, but the set itself fell very flat. The EV is not good, so like people like me don't open it. We haven't opened it in, well, since it released. So the reason that's relevant is that can change very quickly if Prism or Vincent starts doing very well. Vincent's in a good position to do well with a Runeblade set coming out. Don't forget that either. Because Vincent's already a good, has good matchups into Illusionist. And yeah, Vincent or Prism or both doing well. Flip that market on its head. Double Majestic pack. Get this sleeve open. There we go. I hope Rosetta has equipment with AB. Like, I mentioned this in the last stream before we knew. I hate that my favorite class to play, Warrior, doesn't have any Warrior AB equipment, while a bunch of classes do. Illusionist has a headpiece. Actually, I think Illusionist has more than one piece, but generic Illusionist has one. You have cards like Shock Charmers. Like, there's a bunch of equipment that already has AB on it. There's, and they told me this the other day and I forgot already, but the skull piece for Brute that has AB too. That really helps those classes. Hey, Devin. So yeah, we're due. Some classes more than others are due. Trounce. Unfortunately, not all warriors are Bolton. There's Olympia, Kasai, and Dorinthia that all have no AB warrior pieces and just have a zero-sum matchup into a wizard for that reason. Olympia. Exactly, but I really had high hopes for Olympia with the new cards, but yeah. Warrior will never be good. And before you tell me that Dorinthia's had some good moments in the meta, no, she hasn't. Anytime you see hatchets, it's not real Dorinthia, you know? Just doesn't count. Blade Flurry foil. It's a nice hit. Textless full arts, meaning the Marvels. I mean, don't they all? What's missing these days? Very few, I think. 'Cause the first 8 heroes have the European language Marvels. I think it's like Outsiders doesn't have any. And we've hit so many cast bones, it's great. Krieg Messier. I play the German one. I mean, it sort of doesn't matter when it's flipped on the Marvel side because you can't read it anyway. The text is pretty small and... Hey, another rainbow foil L. Another one again, which is great. We don't want 3 more Aurum Aegises, ideally. Yeah, Tommy, that is... yeah, that's why we're here. We need balances. That's literally why I decided to open heavy hitters today, is people are still playing these heroes, but also Balance of Justice is still the headpiece. But as you can see... I mean, look, it's fine, because maybe we'll just hit a couple of cold foil ones, right? So far, we're at 5 Rainbow Foil Legendaries, 0 cold. Another Kasai Marvel. This time the adult. Also crept up out of nowhere. I don't know how to display these so you guys can see which ones we hit. Balanced clump would be amazing, wouldn't it? But I tell you now, it's never quite how the clumping happens. It's never good clumping. Except we have hit a whole bunch of cast bones. So that's nice. Yeah, KO I think is the better one though. But yeah, Kasai is great because it's played. Olympia, Betsy, not so much. Victor's probably good. Well, Outsiders was particularly bad though. Like I think literally half of the print run was missing, or half of like the common rare foils weren't even in the boxes that we got. And we'd sold playsets. Man, we don't want to see ticket punches. I got 23 boxes to go. So I might do 3 and take the shortest of breaks. And then open the rest. What is it, 17 boxes, and we've only got 2 Centauri Sellsword tokens. Coldfall or Rainbow Gauntlets taste better? Probably Coldfall would taste better. Because Rainbow Fall is like a film. I think you might, you know, feel that going down, but you'll chew the Coldfall one better. For sure. Sniff the pack is a thing, not in Fab. I think part of it's from like the nostalgia, and I can understand why. Like an old Pokemon pack, smelling it might remind you of something. But yeah, in Fab, I don't think that's a thing. Although I have seen Flesh and Blood openings do that. That's something I have witnessed. But I can't even tell the difference in the smell, to be fair. Ancestral Harmony foil. Surprised this doesn't see a lot of play. I would have thought it's good, but I guess not. It does see play? Okay, there you go. I'm happy I pulled it then. Maybe someone will buy it. Cold for Balance of Justice next. That would be great. I smell a deathmatch arena at some point today. I don't want it, but I have a feeling that that's what we get. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, great, because we have a couple. So you got 0 deathmatch arenas. Yeah, that's not great. But it is a very, very hard to hit Fable because it's not Rainbow before. What packs am I opening? Heavy hitters. You can tell by the cards, but if you're new to the game, then yes, it might be hard. But yeah, doing 40 boxes of heavy hitters. Just need to put, these piles are getting too high. All right. Yes, arena will see play if you need to destroy landmarks. Although it's still like very, how do you put it? Let's say you see your deathmatch arena early and you arsenal it. It can be a very big problem. It's sitting in arsenal the whole game and your opponent doesn't see their landmark. And vice versa, your opponent might play a landmark and you don't see your deathmatch arena all game because it's a one-off. So it's possible, but unlikely to ever be like a common thing. Surely there's a balance of justice in here somewhere, right? You already smelled it. Cold foil UPF helm. Ooh, it's a cold foil legendary right there. This is going to be very funny. Whoa! There's a rainbow for Golden Sun and a cold foil legendary behind it. Hey, you did smell it right. Dude, what a pack. It's a good pack. Well, not bad. We take those. Tell me if you guess often enough. or enough times, you will eventually be correct. That's how that works. But that was a good one. Makes me happy. This is the infamous foil pitch strip. So you don't know what I'm talking about. The strip at the top is actually foil for some reason. In a couple of cards in this set. Hey, Morris. Yeah, that wasn't bad, huh? Some good value right there. So yeah, like I said, I'm opening this because Balance of Justices would be great, and I mean, we're on one, but at least it's a cold foil. Someone's gonna want this for sure. Oh, is it only on specializations? Interesting. Well, maybe it's I still think it's a mistake, but maybe it's the specialization print sheet that they messed up on. Because it's only on the Olympia one and Coercive. Yeah, actually, I hadn't picked up on the Olympia one. We pulled a few of them. Yeah, Up the Ante also has it. That's the other one. And Sonata, okay. All right, box number 20. I think I'm doing the maths right. Yeah. Box 20, 20 left. Can we do back-to-back balances? I think we can. I think the next one might end up being rainbow foil. Seeing another cold would be kind of crazy. Not playing that, no. I didn't qualify. I usually qualify on XP. This year, it's obviously no XP qualifications, and then we're vending anyway. So, and I got awfully unlucky in my RTN, the one that I could play. Did I play one? I played two. One of them I was very likely to top 8 at least, and then, yeah, I didn't, so. For the amount of playing and testing I do, I can't expect to be winning anyway. So it's not an issue. We'll vend it, hang out with everyone. I definitely will play side events because I think there's some cool promos you can get. What is it? Flick Flack? Nuts. last few packs, I'll take a 5-minute break and then we'll do the other half of the stream. Go cold foil, yeah. Not great, but I think the only good ones are still the rare weapons. Another foil Golden Sun, why not? Alright, last pack. Nothing. You know what? I'm surprised Down But Not Out sees 0 play outside of Limited. It's such a solid card, but it's obviously hard to pull off. But I'll tell you who would play it. Enigma New Moon. Enigma New Moon, I think, uses Cash Out. I think Cash Out is a really good starter for that card, seeing you'll have no equipment. I'm gonna quickly. Actually, that can stay. I've made a mess, but I'll deal with that later. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. Move some rubbish out of the way. Give me a sec. Also, is there a little bit of a buzzing sound that you guys can hear? Let me know if there is. And if it's gone now. But also let me know if you can still hear me, because I've just turned the gain down a little. Back into it. Morris, I think the new set looks great. I like the art direction. I hope a wizard / Runeblade meta potential doesn't completely ruin the game for me. I haven't forgotten playing against Briar and Icelander, so but we shall see. Thought that was a marvel for a second. Is that another foil gold? Is that 3 in a row? The last 3, it was, I think. No, maybe a coercive tendency in the middle, but it's close. Massive hit. Cold 4 grains. So not quite another balance, but it is our second cold legendary, which is great. Yeah, for sure. It's one of the... I mean, warrior equipment looks amazing in cold foil in general. Yeah, but you just got to get gold foil braces and then you're fine. Those are cold foiled all the way. Yeah, well, that's creeping up. It's... I mean, the amount of subscribers away we are, it could happen in a week. It might take a month, but it's close. I think if I am actually streaming often, it'll happen regardless. Oh, that's a trounce. That doesn't belong there. We're streaming the Nationals and the Battle Hardened, so... But Battle Hardened is a while away. think Nationals is first. It's in a week and a half, I think, actually. Hey, Zajima, they've been great. We've hit 3 Marvels. No, 4, actually. One's just hiding now. And called for Balance of Justice, which is great. So this was roughly half the stream. So we're on the second half of the boxes now. Thanks, Joe. Can anyone confirm that the audio is not buzzing and that you can hear me? It's not too low. I've tweaked a little, but I can't test it because I'm midstream. It was buzzing when I was away. Okay. I think it's because there's a fan on. And maybe it picks it up. Can you hear me, but there's still a buzz? Okay. It's weird because it's not actually getting picked up by the, yeah, I'll have to deal with that. Just unplug things and move them around. Who knows? Actually, here, let me know. Does that fix the buzz? What I just did? I know I'm gonna sound muted, but the buzz is gone. But am I too low, volume-wise now? To do this midstream, but this should fix it. I should be better. Actually, started using a new setup, and I just plugged it in and started. I never tweaked. Yeah, I mean, I probably haven't eliminated the buzz. All I've done is turn down the hardware and turn up the software. If that helps, great. If not, I'll deal with it if I remember to do it when I'm off stream. How's my swag? Don't know what that means. You mean the hits for the stream, or? My neural network. I have no idea what you're asking. All right, Tommy, what do we think? Are we still going to hit a balance? Rainbow? I wish I could smell it. Neuronal. I don't know if that's a word. I don't think it is. Neuronal is? Well, someone smarter than me will have to explain that one. But I'm doing fine if that's what you're trying to ask. I want to get through this quick because I want to train. So to see if I'm on track, I'll be out of here just on time. What's the difference between neural network and neuronal network? PvE plans in Fab, I do not. If I did, I I would have hoped James would say. James would tell us. I have a feeling it's not going to happen. That's my gut feeling. And fair enough. Clearly they couldn't get it right or whatever. And if it does happen, and my expectation is that they don't release it, then I'll just be happy. I think they would do well to maybe do some sort of crossover, like do a D&D type campaign with Fab characters or something. That kind of thing might work better, releasing a book, like I think, because you could do that with D&D, right? You buy like a book or a kit. Maybe they can do that for PvE and really flesh it out for people that want that lore RPG aspect. But contrary to popular belief, I do not have inside information when it comes to Flesh and Blood. In fact, when it's offered to me, usually like spoilers and stuff from other content creators, I tell them not to tell me, because I still enjoy the game, and I feel like you can ruin that experience for yourself knowing too much. But I promise if they ever tell me anything about PvE, I will tweet about it. The thing that annoys me is, what's that Unity card they printed? Was it in Dusk Till Dawn? The one with all the heroes on it? And it mentions a party. Morris, I think they did well with the gold pack. United we stand. Yeah, terrible. So they better release PvE, because they made me crack open 500 of them and they're worth nothing. It's a light popper, sure. Still, waste of cardboard. We already had Cataclysm. Morris, gold packs. I think they keep doing this with EV stuff in general. Surely they could have guessed that a young hero... Ooh, we have a Marvel. Hey. It's a young man, Victor. You see that? Surely they knew a young hero, as cool as the ability is on Enigma New Moon, is not going to be very expensive, seeing they have also not been pushing Blitz as a format. I would have preferred to see the manga art in there. So it could have been the Rainbow Foil manga art. Hey, Rainbow Foil grains. Not unhappy about that. Yeah, so I think they could have done just manga art, Marvel and Rainbow, and it would have sold much better, because that's the hero that people are going to play in tournaments. Because, yeah, seeing gold envelopes, what are they selling for in the US? Like $29 for the hero or something. Same as the Fables. It's just, it feels bad. I don't know. You need these to be like the biggest hit of the pack of the set, not mediocre. Like, there shouldn't be Majestic selling for more than the Fable ever. There shouldn't be Majestic selling more than a gold pack ever, in my opinion. Also, do not buy loose envelopes. You're insane if you do. In my opinion. They are weighable. I mean, people might just want the experience of opening one themselves, or maybe like they think it's a good spec investment long term, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's great. Don't get me wrong. I just think they keep missing the mark with shielding these things from like them feeling bad. Like the Fable's a big one. It should never feel like a loss, you know? I mean, it felt great opening the Marvel, but, you know, that's whatever it is, one in 10,000 or something. But you could have easily put something in there that is not a feels bad. Like a cold foil token. Like if they were just cold foil rune chants in those with different colors, holy crap, would they be great, right? They could have done 10 different colors of did I say rune chants? Spectral shields. They could have done cold foil spectral shield alt arts, and those things would be worth $200-300 each forever. And people would want to collect one of every color, blah blah blah. That's what I would have done. They could have put Marvel versions of signature weapons. No, I know, Tommy. I'm just saying, having a Rainbow Foil young hero that, after printing Emperor, they should know that that's not going to sell well in the secondary market is a big indicator why to not do that. Because again, I think it feels bad. I think gold pack openings feel bad. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Because you're getting $29. Oof. Oh man. Hey Tommy, I think your nose is working fine. That's a cold foil. Another cold foil balance. Yeah. Emperor and New Moon are very similar because Emperor Marvel and New Moon Marvel sell very well because they're so rare, but the actual card, the base card, is nearly worthless because it sees very little play. And on top of that, they've made skirmishes LL format, so there's going to be even less Emperors and New Moons played. I don't know. I also have no idea what their future plans are, so all of this is irrelevant because for all we know, there is a massive change coming to Blitz and it's going to be at Worlds, and suddenly we get that influx of people buying Blitz decks and heroes again, and you know, it changes things up. I don't know. And if I was going to do that, I would make sure there were very cool Blitz heroes in the game. I'm a big advocate for designing the set, making sure everything in it is playable as much as you can, which I think they do a good job with, and then do alt arts. You know, just do alt arts. You don't need to go much further than that. Think of like alt art Twinning Blade. It's so rare, no one cares, right? Like, if they have one or not, it's like very few people play with them because they're so expensive. But if you've ever opened one, it's such a good feeling to hit. And it's probably something that's just as rare as some of these Marvel heroes. Yeah, Marvel chase cards, you know? Like CNC from Dynasty. No one feels bad that they don't have them, but holy shit, when you hit one, are you happy? But they're missing that with the new Fables, you know? You don't get that feeling. It feels good, but it doesn't feel like you hit the Fable, which in other games is called something else, but like isn't that usually what other games have? Like Pokemon, it's just basically an alt art or yeah, it's like the alt art of something, right? Secret rares and whatever they're called in other games is usually the art of, it's like not a whole new card. So what I'm saying is if they got rid of Fables in general and they just made alt art, cold foil, E-Strike, I'm all for that. Imagine you hit a cold foil. Not advocating for this. I'm just saying it would be cool. I do not support them reprinting Tunic as cold foil, but imagine getting the chance to hitting an alt art cold foil Spring Tunic. You know? That kind of thing. Except not Tunic. Imagine if the gold envelopes had reprints of How to Find or Eye of Ophidia. That kind of thing. Just things that people will play. Versus cards that I think objectively, before you ever printed the set, you knew wasn't going to see a lot of play. Like Deathmatch Arena, for instance. Even though it's, I mean, James confirmed it's probably the rarest card in Flesh and Blood, or one of the rarest cards, is Deathmatch Arena. It sort of doesn't matter. It hasn't protected its value. Because if no one wants it, it doesn't matter how rare it is. And Flesh and Blood people generally want it to put in a deck, not just to show off, not just to slab it. Can we hit a third cold foil Balance of Justice? Find out next week. I'm kidding. We'll find out today. Cloaked equipment was a mistake. Was it? I mean, you can't slab your cloaked equipment. You can use a player slab and you won't be able to tell. I feel like that's not a big deal, seeing that right now cloaked equipment is never a legendary, right? So you can have yours slabbed, and I think most judges are okay with you using a token to put in the graveyard that's sleeved the same way as your deck and removing the slab. I think that's been okay, because I know a bunch of Levia players do that. Like, they're playing with their gold foil husk, and you know, they need to. Is that a foil? No, it's not. Do you get what I mean though? If you have a normal husk in your deck sleeves and you block with your gold husk, I think most judges are okay with you using the token that way. If you're not sure, go ask the head judge at your event. Yes, flipping it that is broken, correct, is not supposed to happen. But I think, I know what you're saying. It kind of sucks, right? Especially since some of these are trophies that they themselves give out. But I think they got to protect the game integrity more than the collectability, which is fair. What are we on? 5 marbles and 3 cold foil legendaries. We're doing very well for what it's worth. That's also out of like 24 boxes or whatever we're on. Hey, that's a sellsword. You guys can't see my pile of sellswords, but we only have 4. That's why they're worth a couple of dollars. There's no other way to get them other than the token slot or buying a cold foil one. I think they went up to $10 for a while. For a token. See? Got to put cold foil sellswords in the gold packs. People would have been happy. And to be fair, it's actually a great idea to make some of these high-end promos that maybe people around the world can't get to events big enough to pull. To get at the prize wall. Make them, put them in a product they open. Why not? If it's as rare as the gold packs, I don't think anyone would care. Get yourself a cold foil token, trade with your friend for the one you want. And then the sealed ones would be kind of cool. A bit like the judge packs are, where there's enough of a range in them that they do sell sealed very well. Arguably, they sell sealed better than most of the cards sell open because there's a chance at a big hit. This is the first boast we get, Rainbow Foil. More coercive tendencies. What do we got? We got 14 boxes to go. Oh, I just remembered. Is House of the Dragon out now? I think it is. I think I know what I'm doing with my evening. But is it like one episode a week? Are they gonna do that? Probably, I assume, but I think today is the release day. I am in the future. Yes, it is Monday for me. But I think it comes out today for us. Actually, no, it could have come out yesterday for us, actually, but... I had no energy yesterday. I went to bed super early. But today, we're on fire. It's fine. We'll go... beat up on some people at the gym. Or get beat up. It's hard to tell which one's going to happen before I go. Ooh, that is a marvel. Baby KO. That's the second baby KO we have? I think it is. Still, no complaints. These are good ones. As long as we don't see Betsy's, we're okay. On the high seas. I like that reference. What did happen to Pirate Bay? I don't think I've been on Pirate Bay in like a decade. Imagine saying that. The algorithm's listening too. If I get banned, everyone knows why. Yeah, I mean, that's the tipping point, right? I think torrents existed for a long time, like for me personally, because in Australia, the only way to get access to some content was like $150 a month. So you weren't going to pay that. Now, what used to be a $10 a month single subscription to Netflix is like 2 or 3 $30 subscriptions a month. So yeah, I think it'll eventually go back if either these streaming services need to consolidate a little, so there's not so many different ones. So like a couple of them would have to go broke, so that the licensing is just not so spread out. Like it used to just be Netflix, and now there's like 10. Or people will just resort to pirating it because they can't afford it. I don't think torrenting's ever been like a cheapskate thing. I think it ends up being just not feasible. Last pack in this box. Foil. No. Yeah, it is foil. It's a very bland foil. Tenacity. Alright. This is box 7 of 20. No, 8 of 20. Yeah. Box 8. One thing I do like is that they did just print a basically Marvel Fable, which was nice. In their official news of June last year. You're talking about pirating metrics, or you're talking about subscriber? Ah, that's crazy, huh? Yeah, I can see why. Like, most of the streaming services are going up in price, and to be fair, the quality's probably gone down. There's not that much to watch anymore on each one individually. So half the time you have one because you just want to watch 1 or 2 shows. Foil Aether Arc. I think that's the first one too. Probably a good card for the next set, right? Block 3 blue wizard card that gives +1 and replaces itself. Also, anything like Ponder or Opt on Wizard, because you can speed up how quickly you go through your deck, I think they're always going to be good. Fair enough, Tommy. You can set up like a... I don't know how much information to give you on a live stream, but I think my friend... It is my friend. I actually do pay the subscriptions, unfortunately. But he has a Plex server, and he just downloads everything, and then it basically works like Netflix on his TV. And I think there's a bunch of set-top boxes that probably do that now too. So like this Plex thing actually archives everything, has the thumbnails, the subtitles. Yeah. But I think that's too much effort for me, personally. But he's one of those people that likes to have his like DVD collection, inverted commas, so he sets it all up. It like auto downloads everything. Set up a server for it. It's all too much. Although it was great when I needed to borrow his account and watch what I wanted to watch. That was great. Because it had like a whole bunch of stuff you couldn't even watch on streaming services anymore. Old movies and TV shows. I keep looking there because the shop's been going a little ballistic today. And it's all these like $20 orders specking on some old Aria cards. We'll see how many of you are right. Vigor Girth Cold Foil. It's all the poison wells? No. I was big on poison well when Dromai was in the meta. Because Dromai played Sigil and it was like a massive thing if you could catch a Dromai out, and basically it's 6 value. And potentially a game losing amount of damage for Dromai if she goes down 3 instead of up 3. Because a lot of times the Sigil's played in the reaction step. But even then, no one bought him. All right. 12 boxes to go. Box 8. Yeah, Hammer, we've done okay with our cold foils. I better sell them quick before they show off some better helmet for the next set, right? We've hit way too many foil reckless charges today. Look, the last one we did, reckless charge, reckless charge. Generic legs. I mean, maybe generic nothing. If anything, it'll be generic. I don't know what slot, but it'll be some AB. Some AB2 generic, or even like Spell Void 3 generic. Something crazy like that. I think that's what we'll see. It makes the most sense. Maybe imagine an AB1 Spell Void 2 equipment. Whew. Balance RF. Yeah, we that's not a balance. It's a cold foil ticket puncher again. I don't think there's another class in that set. Runeblade Wizard seems like the way it's gonna go. Well, 24 marvels, it's 4 times 2. So 8 of them are clearly the heroes, adult and young. And then, you know, maybe they're revisiting Dynasty style Marvel weapons. Maybe Marvel legendaries, like the opposite of cloaked, legendaries that you flip. Which is always something I've wanted to see is cold for legendary equipment. Like imagine anything battle worn had a flip side that showed the equipment like broken up. And yeah, like cold foil pulses in Aria would now be Marvels, I imagine. Or they'd be called Marvels. If they have more heroes, I'd be surprised. But it's possible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they do similar treatment for the big, like the Amp 3 card, I imagine, would be a pretty cool looking full art Marvel, right? Anything that you play out and stays on the board for a bit would be very cool as a Marvel. No, I think the draft format is you're seeing it. It's 4 heroes. I think anything else they add is like a bonus. Hey, double majestic pack again. World tenacity. Alright, I need to go and press the button on my washing machine. I don't know if you guys can hear it beeping, but I can, and it'll beep forever, so give me 2 seconds. I think that's how Mistveil pre-release went too. People just wanted to play the hero they wanted to play. Actually, I might change this bin over. I don't know how other streamers do this, but I try not to put packs on the floor. Alrighty. That should do for the rest of the stream. 8-pack sealed, nice. 8-pack sealed seems to work well. Because you definitely have a playable deck every time. You have less people just dropping because of bad pulls. But it did the opposite too, I feel, is you could get way luckier than other people. And like I think I had one pull with 4 Majestics, and I could play 3 of them, and that, yeah. Two more balances would be great. That's my goal now. Yeah, I had that pull I had was in the calling, and then my round 1 opponent decided that they didn't read their cards properly. I should have read, but they basically won on an advantage that they had all game. That was because we read the card wrong. Although, to be fair, I didn't read the card. I just trusted he wasn't lying. And yeah, I lost. I shouldn't have lost, but I did. Brandon, this is 12, 13 cases so far. The total is going to be... Sorry, no, that's not right. The total is going to be 10 cases, so this is probably 6 or 7 worth. We're opening the last bit now. Yeah, it wasn't even like a complex thing. It was one of those auras that said, on your turn, this has ward 6, and he was playing it no, it was the aura that said it has ward if you've pitched a blue, right? But he was like, he put the counters on it, +4 or +6 or whatever, because he pitched 2 blues when he played it, and then kept them there the whole game. And by the end, I was like, this doesn't seem right. And we checked, and obviously it wasn't. So he'd been attacking me for 6 or 8 for the whole game, when he would have been like significantly less. It is what it is. Not haze bending. No, that's a different thing. But maybe you mean spectral haze? Is that what you mean? Could be spectral haze. Something like that, yeah. I honestly, I can't remember now. Standing order. Three visits, is that what it's called? Yeah. So my cracked calling deck ended up not doing very well because, one, I got quite tilted, and two, after that I faced 4 Zens in a row, which even with a really good deck, that's a hard matchup for Enigma. Ooh, look at this pack. Foil Double Down, Cold Foil Luminaris. It's crazy. Very, very good pack. Put that in its own pile. Ty, long time no see, buddy. Very well. How are you? You gotta come down and visit. I feel like Italian again. All right. Guess that's disappointed you about new. I think people keep having a bit like I have Warrior Copium sometimes. Assassin Cope. Assassin's good. People have done very well with Arachne, etc. I think it's a specialist deck, and I think it's never going to be the top of any meta. Unfortunately. I think it just has the problem of being too fair. Chase cards, this set that I'm opening now, or the new set? Because it's all different. This is 2 sets ago. We're just opening for the shop, and then a new set got announced this morning. Yeah, but draft is one of those things, right? If there's, like, I think Dromai used to be the worst of those heroes in the draft, or was it Icelander? Either way, whenever it got left open, I think Betsy's the same in heavy hitters. If Betsy's the worst hero and Guardian is the worst class, and people just leave it wide open, then the Betsy 3-0s it because she just can. So I think new may end up being the same. you'll have like 4 Zens always, and maybe 2 to 3 Enigmas. And if you end up being the only, new with a cracked deck, you may just win it every time. Isn't that what Uprising Draft used to be? Was force man, my brain sometimes just shuts off. Force Ninja, and then you pivoted if it was clearly open to do something else. Otherwise, you stayed in Phi. That's the hero's name. Aria draft? I didn't draft it much. I feel like it would have been a hard set to draft as a new player. And that was the first set that came out when I started playing. I mean, WTR is a lot of people's favorites. I don't think you did draft this set, Ty, Heavy Hitters, but it's similar. Another 8th arc. Yeah, that's when I joined Zajima, so it was not a good selling point for draft, that's for sure. Hey, foil cast bones. I think we've done very well with this opening. It doesn't even matter what else we get, although I'm sure there's more hits to come, but I think there's like 8 foil cast bones in here. Yeah, Heavy Hitters I think is like definitely better than WTR. But it's got that similar feel of like swinging blows and the tempo and blocking. I haven't drafted Miss Val at all, believe it or not, so I don't know if it's good. We were talking about this yesterday. They should do a farewell to Arcane. Although I think there's just no stock of Arcane Rising. WTR had 2 print runs. They had a Japanese print run, and Arcane never got reprinted. So yeah, it would be funny. I don't think anyone's ever drafted. Like, not many people I know ever drafted Arcane Rising. I don't know why I thought this would be another Balance of Justice. That would have been hilarious. Yeah, Reckless Swing's pretty good against Enigma, but it's not good enough. Like, 2 damage never is enough. Sometimes it's perfect because you just destroy the aura that's attacking you, but it makes sense. Shunt is insane into Enigma. So annoying to deal with. Runner. Yeah, Shunt is crazy into Enigma. It can just completely destroy you. You can end your turn dealing no damage, having no auras left. Another coercive foil. What's the other one I saw? I played against a Teklevossen that had the Evo that deals 1 damage. Short Circuit, I think it's called. Man, that did work. That was annoying. It's a double Majestic. Standing order again. Japan was amazing, Ty. I'm going back in October for Worlds. You want to come? You can come. It's in Osaka. I think it's like the last week of October, first week of November. Yeah, we got very cheap tickets. It's worth looking. I don't know what they look like now, but it's still far enough away that you could probably get a good deal. Plane tickets from EU to Japan. I paid just under 900 AUD return, including like 30 kilos of luggage because I'll need it. So I don't know what that is, 600 USD. It was a very cheap flight. That's why I booked it straight away. I usually don't book so far in advance. Yeah, but that's like the problem for us is going to Europe or the US. It's so expensive. Okay, that's not too bad. 1,300 USD is not crazy for an international flight. But again, we're used to that because to go anywhere, that's what it costs. Unless we stay in Asia. Final stretch. I'm already happy because I really wanted balances and we got 2 cold foils. A couple of rainbow foils would be nice, although we haven't seen a RF legendary in a minute. We have a Marvel. Young Betsy. Not bad, I guess. I don't think this is worth anything anymore. Yeah, we do have a good Marvel spread. I think the only double up is the KO Young, which is okay. Ty, no, it's all the sets. To reprint L's? Yes, I did. I think they're a trap though, Hamel. I don't know if they're good. Is Philip still playing? You mean he's... No, he's not playing. He still does coaching and stuff, I think. Well, I mean, even Charmers may not make sense because, you know, there might be much better gloves in the set. Same as Mask and Momentum. Doesn't make a lot of sense that they reprinted it because people aren't playing it. But actually, Charmers is good for its text, right? I know there were only like a couple of Fringe decks that played it for the text, but the text might be very relevant in the new hero. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it does something like... It does extra damage, right? Which can be abused with certain builds. Because I don't know if it counts as on hits or something like that. Like, does the card hit twice? Is that my memory? I think that's what was abused. It's like counts as a double hit. And if that's the case, and the new hero has on hits, yeah. So that, like, they're very good gloves. They just weren't. I don't think there were enough. Like, I don't think it was the right whatever. The deck itself, the build itself, wasn't that strong, but the effect on Shock Charmers is very good. A separate instance of damage, sure. So it can get double buffed. Maybe that's more accurate. So something that buffs the next attack's damage. Anyway, whatever it was, it could be very relevant in a new set for all we know. Especially maybe much better than Metacarpus for the new wizard if they're a hybrid. But hey, time will tell. Yeah, it may end up seeing play. Like for the ability, not the spell void. Ah, true. Wait, would that work? Someone check that out. Would Forked Lightning work with Shock Charmers? Because if it does, that might end up being crazy. The hero spread is, what is it? Ninja, Illusionist, Brute at the moment. Azalea's doing very well. But I kind of think any Ranger will do well now. That card pool is just fucking degenerate. There you go, attack action. Yeah, but an attack that has a similar text to Forked Lightning could be kind of cracked. Another foil tenacity. I wouldn't be surprised to see a wizard that plays more attacks. You can kind of see them leaning that way with Emperor. Maybe that's one thing they want to try. And I think the embodiment of lightning, isn't it the next attack gets go again? Not. Yeah, so lightning on a wizard would indicate some sort of hybrid, I think. That's what, let me make this look better. So we have adult Betsy, young Betsy. Which one's adult Kasai? Adult Kasai. 2 baby KOs. There. You know, it doesn't work with weapons, so again, so more than likely I think the wizard ends up playing, because everything lightning that's printed to date is attacks, right? Everything in Aria. I mean, also, we're just speculating, like, they could print, you know, maybe the hero, like, I don't know, maybe there's a card that literally makes all their non-attacks count as attacks for the purposes of buffs, which means you can attack, react, and stuff. But, I mean, if it's like a hybrid, why not just call it a Runeblade, right? Different card pool, I know, but isn't that sort of what Runeblade does? Alright, we got 6 boxes left. Let me move these. What can we get in 6 boxes? Man, these common equipment. Do we have one of these? Yeah, we had one. It's not a balance, but it's okay. This does see quite a bit of play, so good for the shop. Bone Breaker. Trying to do this quick. Although time-wise, we're doing fine. I just want to see the hits. Otherwise, it's monotony. Monotony? Monotony. Last pack of this box. Nothing. Thanks everyone that is and was and has been hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe and comment on the giveaway video. That's happening as soon as we hit 5k, which is around the corner. Also, we'll be streaming Australian Nats, Sydney Calling, and Melbourne Battle Hardened, if all goes to plan. So that plus the 500 boxes should be a bunch of videos every week. literally a chance to pull more balance of justice than sellswords. Definitely more chance of a Marvel than a Centauri sellsword token. It's crazy. What's even rarer though is the majestic weapons, like no Graven Calls, only one Luminaris. Some of these things are very underpriced for that reason. What is it? The assassin weapon. It's the recurring one. When you can pay to get it back, and then it has +1. Don't think it's ever been in a deck ever, but maybe it'll break the meta one day. Yeah, I mean, Luminaris is the better one to hit, that's for sure. Box. This is basically the last case now, the last 4 boxes. It's been quite dry, but I think we did very well on the Cold Foil Legendaries, and I mean, one Rainbow Fall balance would be amazing, but let's see. You reckon? I mean, a balance and a Marvel would be great. Double down foil. This is such a strong card. I think it's like very, very strong on an Olympia, which I know isn't very played, but yes, we need to dream big. 3 boxes left. You think the last box will be a dumpster fire? Maybe. Maybe that's the cracked box. We've had both. We've had some very bad last boxes, and we've had some last pack magic. It's got to open enough, and then it'll all happen. This majestic pile is getting tall. I don't want to leave it. I don't know if you guys can get a scale of how tall it is, but there's a lot. Hopefully there's nothing good in this pack, because I just dropped it. Look at that pack. Yeah, the ending is always better. Foil cast bones. Cold for Deathmatch Arena. I know this isn't worth a lot of money, but it's super, super hard to hit. There we go. It's a nice way to finish the stream. Still have 2.5 boxes left, by the way, so anything can happen, but that pack was nuts. Can't remember what this does. Ah, that's right. It's just the UPF, you can target anyone. I saw the foil majestic. I was not expecting it to be stuck to a Fable. Yeah, I think there's a good argument to start UPF with this out. Hey, Matthew. Alright, last 2 boxes. This is the balance box? Okay. Which pack you think has the balance in it? So I can fetch it out. Look at that, Adult Betsy Marvel. Not a bad start. Yeah, I think it is the worst Marvel to hit. But Adult is good. Yeah, Victor would have been better for sure. But who knows what... I think they just will loop back and there'll be something cool for Betsy. Make her stronger. Still, our Marvel count is out of this world. It's great. I'll do a quick recap at the end, but out of 40 boxes, it's we're doing very well. If it was a sexy limp, well, it's all horses for courses, man. Overpower is ridiculous, so a hero that can do it nearly every other turn. Like, I think she's much more reliable than Bravo's Dominate. Cold foil. Adversity. I mean, she doesn't need to be better Bravo. You also sometimes just need Bravo not to be there. So as heroes LL, maybe Victor LL's first. Then you get it makes room for other heroes. Azalea didn't have much room to play when Lexi was around. Lexi was just better. Definitely on the home stretch. Oh man. Thing is, do you think we'll get gold packs in the Rosetta set? Or do you think the inclusion of so many extra Marvels is the cool feature for that set? Alrighty, last box. This is it. Can't really ask for anything more. Maybe Rainbow Fall Balance. That's about it. Maybe a couple. Let's hope it's not a complete dumpster fire box. Well, I mean, pack 1 is the shittest Majestic legendary that we already have 3 of, but maybe it's a double L box, you know? Maybe. Tommy's like, not like this. This is gonna be bad. I can feel it. Anyway, like the video. Maybe if we hit more than fucking 17 likes will hit a Rainbow 4 balance, maybe. That was terrible. What a... If you're gonna ruin an unboxing experience, you do pack one worst card straight away. That's how you do it. Oh, Tommy, thanks for staying so long. You've been here since the very start. Appreciate you. Glad I could keep you some company while you're at work. Assuming your work wasn't that interesting today since you were watching a stream. But we did it together, man. We hit what we wanted to hit. Also, I have a bit of a confession. If you stay after this box, I'll show you. It's a funny little you'll appreciate it. Nothing. So we haven't hit the cold foil in the box yet. That's what we're holding out for. It's not a bad hit, I guess. Foil Rhino spec. Tide. All right, 3 packs. No, 4 packs left. Nothing. I mean, there's our cold foil, and it is useless. Three packs. Two. Come on. I mean, Ancestral Harmony is not a total loss. Last pack. Not a marvel. Nothing. Well, I tried. I think we did great. I'll do a quick recap because some people do skip the stream when it goes back up. Last box was a dumpster, actually. To be fair, we did hit a legendary, which sort of, you know. Alright, what do I... Let's move these off. Piles and piles off to the side. Alright, let's go through these. Oh man, I just hit the camera and the mic. My bad. Alright, this was 10 cases, 40 boxes. I'll show them one by one in case you missed something or there's too much glare on the screen. Marvel Victor, Kasai, 2 KOs, 1 adult Kasai, young Betsy, 2 adult Betsy, cold foil, Grains and 2 balance, an Illuminaris, and a Deathmatch Arena. And then these are our rainbows. So I think we did very, very well for the size of opening it was. Can't complain. I hope I kept the pace up. I have 13 minutes to get ready to go train, so Good timing. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. I will see you soon with Dust Till Dawn as promised. Yes, we did, Tommy. We got the best cold foils, actually. So, very happy. All right. See you soon.